What's up, guys? It's Jennifer. Hope you had a great weekend. I actually just got back from vacation and I read a really great book while I was on vacation. Yes, I read business books on vacation. Don't judge me. I think you should always be learning. I think no matter how long you've been doing this, there is always something new that you can be learning. There's something you can be getting better at. There is a different way of doing things that you have maybe never considered before. And there is so much knowledge out there. So I think there's no excuse to not constantly be reading and taking trainings and learning, because all it does is make you better at what you do. And I read a great book, and I wanted to share a few of the things from it. It's called Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones. And it's all about the power of words and how the way you phrase things can influence the way that you get the response that you get back. And one of the things he says in there, which I think is so true for our industry, he calls people, or it's kind of salespeople. I mean, let's face it, we are kind of salespeople, professional mind maker uppers. And that is something that I think in our particular job, clients trust us, but this is a big decision. And so sometimes they will get right up to the point of making that really big decision and they will freeze up. It's not our job to push somebody to do something that's not right for them, but it is our job sometimes to give them that little nudge, let them know, yes, you are making a good decision. They need us to validate them. They need us to help steer them towards that decision. And some realtors and sales agents, they're great at helping people, but then they don't want to be pushy. And so they don't help get them across that final finish line. And so there were just some great tips in here, and I'll share a few of them with you that you can start working into your listing appointments. When you're talking to clients, you will get the responses that you want more often. The first one, and I thought this was great, the magic words, here's what happens next. Again and again, I see agents go maybe on a listing appointment. They've built rapport, they've toured the home, they've shared all this great information, and then it gets to the very end and they're too scared to make that final ask or that final push for the business. So an easy way to do that, instead of asking them this big question now, are you ready to hire me? Are you ready to get started? You just simply say, here's what happens next. We need you to sign some listing documents. We're going to get the sign ordered. Photographer will need to schedule them to come out in the next few days. What day would be best for you? Now, I asked them a question, but I asked them an easy question. What day is best for you? I didn't ask them the big, are you ready to list your house question. I simply said, here's what happens next, and just started explaining it as if they had already hired me. So when you do things like that and just say, here you go, here's what happens next, don't even give them the option, you will a lot of times get that business because you've actually made it easy on them. People don't like making hard decisions. So if you can make the decision for them and then give them easy choices, like what day do you want the photographer to come, things are going to go much more smoothly for you. Another one that was good, give people options. People don't like to be sold to. They don't like to feel manipulated. So instead of telling them what to do, say, well, as I see it, you have 3 options, and lay out their choices. Obviously, you want to save the one that you want them to choose for last. So maybe you're meeting with some sellers, their home's too small, it's cramped, they're thinking they need something bigger, but they're not quite sure. You can say, well, the way I see it is you have 3 options. Obviously, the first one is you can do nothing, you can just stay here. Second, you could maybe get rid of some furniture, sell some things, so you have a little bit more space here. Obviously, they're not going to choose that one. Or third, we could get your home on the market, get you moved into something bigger so you'd have more space with that 5th bedroom or that game room that you're wanting or the office or whatever they're wanting. Give that to them as their last option. Which do you think they're going to pick? They're going to pick the one that I wanted them to pick because I placed it last and I built the value into what that option was as I led up to it. So that's a good one too. Give people options, but always leave the last option as what you want them to choose. And this one is great. I literally used it this week with one of my sellers. We all want to be seen as open-minded. So if you are asking somebody to do something, phrase it in the way that says, would you be open-minded to? I had some sellers this week. We needed to do a price reduction on their house. It's been sitting a little too long, not getting any action. Instead of me just saying, hey, do you want to reduce the price? I said, you know what? We're not getting a lot of activity. Would you be open-minded to doing a price adjustment? And they emailed back and said, yeah, let's do it. Nobody wants to say, no, I don't want to be open-minded. So whatever you insert after that phrase, they are very likely going to agree to. So just using simple words, learning what to say can get you great results when working with your clients. So I highly recommend the book. Go pick it up. And as always, if you have topics she wants to cover or questions, please reply back to this email. Let us know. We are happy to cover those and address them. And I hope you all have a great week. Thanks.